Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally the day where we will crown a world champion. Welcome to the season finale for Crossplay Tier 2 here in World Online Racing. Wow, what a day of racing you have ahead of us. Of course, we have our most important action here in Crossplay Tier 2, and then we have whatever Tier 1 are doing with themselves. But it is going to be an absolute cracker here to conclude Season 16. My name is Evan Dalton. It's a pleasure to have you along with us. And joining me for the final time this season, as he has been for the last 3 seasons, it is former World Online Racing champion, Mr. Max Ring. Max, how are you keeping?
I'm very good, Evan. We should be in for what should be a very exciting title battle. And yeah, how are you on this Friday evening?
I'm excited for a bit of racing. Let's get in straight into the swing of things. Then, championship standings now. The graphics on your screen is slightly butchered. That is solely and entirely the fault of ESV Bobberts. Any complaints, I'm sure you can email him that. But your standings, your championship leader is Brandox on 113th. Then it is Cameron on 105. Cameron, of course, not racing here this evening, so he won't be in championship contention. Actually, hold on a second. Tier 1 have been advertising their 4-car championship battle. Technically, we have a 4-car championship battle as well. But it's only 3 who are racing here this evening, so that is all we really do care about. It is the 3 here this evening. And here is the permutations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to read through them. This maths was done by Bobberts as well, so if there is any issues, blame him again. I suppose. I don't see any reason why you can't blame him. But 1 round to go, and we have 3 title contenders. Brandox, Judy, and Alex Marciano. Here is what every driver needs to do. Brandox, if he finishes no lower than 4th position, he is champion no matter what. Judy needs to outscore Brandox by at least 15 points and finish ahead of Alex to be crowned champion. If Judy is not on the podium, he can't win the title. So remember that. If he's not on the podium, he can't win the title. If Judy is tied with Brandox or Alex but doesn't win the race, he cannot win on countback. Alex Marciano, being 16 points behind, needs to finish 1st or 2nd or he can't win the title. If Alex wins the race and is tied with either Judy and or Brandox, he will win on countback. It's pretty straightforward, says Bobberts, and I have to agree, but surely, Max, surely the favourite here is Brandox.
Yeah, 100%. It's his title to lose, and I mean, all he has to do is keep it calm and consistent. Like we've seen him do so many times in the past where, as you say, all he has to do is finish in that top 4. Sounds easy, but in situations like this, it is incredibly difficult. The pressure on your shoulders is immense, even though you have such a big gap in the championship. You know that one mistake, it can easily be all over within a matter of seconds. So Brandox surely is the championship favourite here, but still, we've got 28 laps of hard, well-fought racing ahead of us, and we're just going to have to wait and see how it plays out.
Well, let's take a look at what these drivers are facing here this evening. Yeah, sorry, I accidentally played the trailer there. I just saw T and pressed it. This is, of course, the Shanghai International Circuit, which is a circuit located in China. In case you couldn't tell, of course, the capital of China is Shanghai. It's 5.451 kilometers, 3.387 miles. Formula 1 have not raced here since the 1000th anniversary Grand Prix in 2019, which was 5 years ago. God. 16 corners, 7 to the left, 9 to the right. Lap record held by Michael Schumacher. Me and Max have been saying all season religiously, this is a weird track for a championship final. Max, you still hold that thoughts? Because I certainly do.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is one of the weirdest tracks to hold a championship finale. I mean, isn't it the closest it got was 2008? No, 2007,
yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was the one where Hamilton bottled it. By crashing in the pit lane. I think that's the closest it got. It was the penultimate round, and then that went into Lagos. But if that season is anything to go by, that was an absolute mental championship finale. So I would not mind living up to that one. It was absolutely crazy. I think this one's going to be crazy here as well. Lewis Hamilton, the man we were talking about, is the most successful driver here in Shanghai with over double the wins of any other driver. He's taken 6 wins here. That is That is impressive. Sorry, I got a notification on my OBS and I got panicked that everything just died, but it didn't. It did not. And Max will be going into qualifying shortly, but before we do, what kind of things can we expect here this evening in terms of strategy? Any knowledge around here?
I do have a somewhat more knowledge than what I have done over the past, say, 2 or 3 circuits.
Over
It
the
is
whole
going to
season.
be it is going to be a hard medium. I can tell you that for a fact. You won't really see too many drivers running the soft compounder tyres because it does degrade quite quickly around a circuit like this where there's so many long corners where it really does just attack that left front tyre. So you're going to see a lot of the hard medium strategy. Maybe someone go on the mediums at the start, but it's going to be a race all about battery management, sticking within that DRS as well. It's a circuit which promotes overtaking, especially into the hairpin after the really long back straight. So we're going to have to see what drivers play this one in what direction. And I mean, do any of the championship challengers go for that alternate strategy if they have a poor qualifying? It's going to be all down to how this qualifying plays out for the likes of Brandox, Chudy and Alex. And for Chudy and Alex, this is their most important qualifying of the season because they need to be ahead of Brandox at all costs. So they need to put their laps together when it counts.
They do. Someone asking for Yarno in the stream chat. We haven't had one of them in a while. Unfortunately, Yarno not here, but we do have Bobbert, so basically the same thing. Yeah, you're spot on there, Max. I was about to call you Alex for a second, but no, it's Alex Marciano who needs to out-qualify Brandox here this evening. It's very important he does that, and honestly, qualifying maybe not been his strong suit. Had a poor qualifying in Austria, but of course Austria was a bit of a peculiar one.
Yeah, it certainly was, and I mean, I think he did end up getting a penalty after that one as well, so it dropped him down a few places. So
yeah, that's not good.
That's somewhat why he's in this predicament in the championship. He would have been closer, I think, by 5 or 6 points to the back of Brandox, but that penalty really set him back around Austria. And I mean, for Spicer, who won that one, that was a really good drive from him, but then Brandox, of course, got that second place and gave him somewhat this one hand on the championship heading into China here. So, as you said, yeah, for Alex, it is crucial. After that poor qualifying in Austria and overall poor race, this is definitely a crucial qualifying wet form, and he needs to do it on every single lap in this session.
Just quickly before we get into qualifying, massive shout out to LGS469 who has fixed the championship standings in the spreadsheet for us to make things easier. Thank you very much, my friend. But into qualifying then, let's ride on board with Alex Marciano. Brandox slightly in front of him, but we've stuck with Alex for this outlap, so we may as well see what he can do. Braking then for the left-hander of turn number 3, that leads into turn number 4, and then power on, pedal to the metal, down a little bit of a mini kink through turn number 5, absolutely flat in Formula 1 car regardless of conditions, then in towards turn number 6. Got to get a good traction out of here because in the race, if you're side by side, this will pretty much decide who comes out without front wing damage, because if you go side by side into here, there is usually a bit of a collision. Bending right-hander in towards the left-hander of turn number 9. It's a double left through this section of turn number 10. Very difficult traction zone, but these guys are experts at their craft, and I can imagine they will be producing some fabulous lap times here this evening. 50.5 in the middle sector for Alex Marciano. We'll see how that compares to the rest of the grid as time goes on. Then very long right-hander, one of the longest corners in Formula 1 actually, turn 13, and then down one of the longest straights in Formula 1. 1,397 metres to be fully honest. That is how long it is here. Top speed down this straight sometimes can get to 348 kilometers per hour or 216.237 mile an hour if you're from the United Kingdom or the United States of America or any other country that prefers miles. Brandox then sets the banker. Can the man chasing him in the championship be ahead of him on the track? He can. 130.252. Things tracking well for Alex Marciano. That's the sort of performance he needs here this evening. Bobberts is on the back straight as well. There's a great lap from Nico to go to third. We need to keep an eye on Chudy heading through the final corner now as well. This is the 30-3. Championship challengers, the Romanian across the line. Oh, he's the pace setter. 130 flat. Chudy takes match point 1. Well, not necessarily match point 1, but the advantage. And then Venom goes behind in second, 56 hundredths.
Yeah, really nice lap there from Chudy to put himself onto provisional pole, and a good chunk away from Brandox and Alex Marciano. It seems like Brandox has a really scruffy lap. I think he really lost that time in the final part of the lap. He was only a tenth off Alex Marciano heading through Sector 2. So either he's got the hairpin horribly wrong or even into the final corner. So it's not the greatest of laps there from your championship leader. His teammate Danielle hasn't really done too much better either. He's actually gone worse than Brandox. So for the two Aston Martins who could help each other here, well, Danielle can help Brandox here. The same with Zorzo and Alex Marciano. I mean, the only one out of the top three without a teammate on the grid is Chudy, and he's doing everything he can right now. He's on provisional pole position. And if he is in a decent position in the race when it comes to the pit window, unlike the likes of Zorzo and Alex, Zorzo, Danielle, Brandox, and Alex, if the Williams cars and the Aston Martins are together on the circuit, they're going to have to split their strategies, where Chudy, he can have free range of when he wants to come in because he don't have a teammate on the grid. So that could also play a big factor into this Grand Prix. Probably the championship chasing drivers will get the preferential treatment at their respective teams. But that could still play a big part into the strategy as well with both Williams and Aston Martin. If their drivers are close, they could maybe be hindered by a double stack if there's a safety car in this one.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there. And the Williams crew, I'd like to think they'll work together because they have been teammates all season. Alex Marciano and F1 Zozo both driving for the Williams team. Neither of them started in the Williams team, just out of interest. Neither of them did, and they're both in the Williams team now, which goes to show the sort of season we've had. Oh no, Zorzo did, apologies, but it was Nino who was alongside Zorzo in that Williams team, and now Alex Marciano. But Alex has been here for pretty much as long as living memory has lasted. Hazara then went up to 7th, our only Norwegian representative here on the grid, trying to keep Alpine in a good position in the constructors' standings this time. Last season we would have been talking about Alpine having a driver winning the Drivers' Championship, of course. What a season finale we had last season. Alpine, though, it was second in the Constructors' Championship last season. It's second from the bottom this season, unfortunately. They are in 9th. Hazara is just looking to pick up the scraps for them, though, so we wish him best luck on his endeavour. Spicer entering the pit lane, but it's going to be a Ferrari team. But what I was going to say before I got sidetracked, the Williams crew are teammates, of course. The Aston Martin crew are also teammates. So I wonder, will Danielle, and quite crucially, Danielle is also an esports teammate with Brandox. I wonder, will he play maybe a little bit of second fiddle to Brandox here this evening? Or is he just going for his own status, for his own results, which he is well within his own right to do?
Yeah, he certainly is. But when you're in a situation like this, I mean, most of the time, the driver just takes the team game. They take that hit for their own sort of self-reputation. They take that hit in the league and in the standings if they do drop a place or so to benefit their teammate, because they know overall this is a team game when you're in league racing. So it's all about how they feel. Do they get on well with their teammate? If not, then they wouldn't do it. But with Brandox and Danielle, I would assume that, of course, both being in the same esports team, they will certainly work together here. I don't really question that one. For Alex and Zorzo, there might be a little bit more of a fight from Zorzo, but he'll also know his teammates in that championship battle and every point is necessary. So I am expecting them to help their teammates in every which way they can. If that's holding up Brandox, holding up Chudy, I'm sure they will be happy to do that. So I would say there would be some good respect between the teammates here of Zorzo and Danielle to their respective counterparts.
Very, very interesting. Let us know what you think in the stream chat, of course, about the championship situation. We love reading out the comments and we love your chat interaction, so make sure you do give your thoughts, your poll predictions, your race winner predictions, and most importantly, your champion predictions. And most importantly, when is everyone going to get a pun in this season, this race? We'll wait and see. But we continue on the hot laps. The only thing with 13 drivers here this evening is very easy to keep track of everyone, pardon me, so we can watch a lot of hot laps here today. 8 minutes and 45 on the clock to go at the Shanghai International Circuit. If you're just joining us, where have you been? But more importantly, welcome to the season finale of Season 16 here in the World Online Racing Crossplay Tier 2 Championship. Who can live on the legacy of M-Racer, who wrapped up his champion here? Max, who was our champion last season? Because I can't remember his name.
It was Ogween,
Ogween.
I think. Yeah,
Ogween,
Ogween.
that's it. I've watched the clip about 10 times. I knew Joe Murphy was his rival, but I couldn't remember his name. We have a couple of crossplay Tier 2 drivers, of course, last season who are competing in the crossplay Tier 1 Championship at 8 p.m, so make sure you tune into them as well. We have Liam Bowman, who had a dreadful crossplay Tier 2 career, to be brutally honest. It was absolutely diabolical, but he is a very quick racer. He just didn't care about the second Tier Championship. Well, these guys certainly do. These guys are going to provide a good race here this evening, and hopefully a good end to qualifying first and foremost. Here comes Nico in towards the final hairpin. This is turn 14, turn 15, this little kink on the exit, and then in towards turn number 16, which is the left-hander. 7 to the left, 9 to the right. Of course, the Shanghai International Circuit, you go under the domineering grandstand there to your left-hand side, and Nico goes to 5th position. How's Judy tracking? Is improving on his time, mind you. That's exactly what he needs to do if he wants to extend the margin. Judy sometimes can be good in clutch conditions, apart from if it's in the Ardennes Forest in Belgium. But sometimes the Romanian can be a very competitive driver when he has to be. I've commentated them in other championships. White controller, blue background. You've heard it once, you've heard it many a time. He's quite good there. There goes Judy across the line, extends the margin. First man into the 29s. Quite interesting, that one, Max.
Yeah, it certainly is. That 1 minute 29 barrier is actually quite hard to get over for these drivers. It is a commentary on CTC, not a rival league, so it's all good.
No, they're an esports championship, so we can mention them.
Yeah, so Danielle's moved himself up into second. That's a really good lap there, from the Aston Martin. Lou goes to the top now. Lou, he had a really good qualifying last time out in Austria. As Brandox now goes second, that's a crucial lap time from him as well. As soon as I say that the 1 minute 29 barrier is hard to jump, everyone's going into it. Now Bobbert's up to second place with a
Go on, Bobbert!
9.36.
Sorry.
It'll be lovely to see Bobbert.
No bias at all. We really, it's been 3 seasons and we haven't seen a Bobbert.
Oh, look how close Venom is.
Whoa, 0.011, 0.012. Incredibly close between Lou and the McLarens. Judy thought he did enough to extend the margin. Nope, down to 5th. Half a tenth of a second separates our top 5 here for Chinese Grand Prix qualifying. This is incredible. We've 12 times on the board, still waiting for one for Simbarox, but he is on a cooldown lap. This is class. This is all really building up to be a fantastic race.
Oh, it certainly is. And around a circuit like China, where if everyone's this close together on that final lap, you know there's going to be fireworks heading down that back straight, because drivers will be going for a move. And it's maybe, if it comes to Chudy and Alex needing that one position to win them the championship, say if Brandox has a poor race and gets involved in incidents, which I hope don't happen, but involved in incidents that aren't his fault and he falls down out the points, then there could be a desperate lunge down into that hairpin on that final lap. So it's all about how this race goes. It's going to be so entertaining, and you say there's no bias for Bobberts. It'll be nice to see him on the podium after all.
There is bias, I was being sarcastic. I'm so biased for Bobberts.
He's been so unlucky this season, has Bobberts. Same with Venom as well, but for Bobberts, he deserves at least one podium this season. He's been so close, but yet he's been so far away from it. Again, as you said, still waiting on a lap from Simbarox. But for the McLaren boys, this second half of the season has sort of been a resurgence from them in recent times.
And can I say they've been really unlucky not to take a win?
Yeah.
Because Bobberts has scored 4th in the last 4 rounds. He's been 4th every single time. Was unlucky not to take a win in Austria. Tried a bit of a different strategy in Portugal and in Belgium. So is today maybe the day? A big hello to one of the lower tier drivers, Tropic, saying he did a 32.5 yesterday in WOR Tier 8. These guys are on another level. Yeah, they absolutely are. But a 32.8 is nothing to be ashamed about, Tropic. So keep chugging away, and I imagine someday we'll be seeing you here in the 2nd division of the console platforms. Of course, remember, check out the other world tiers. No, not world tiers. World is a tier, but WOR tiers. There's too many 3-letter names in the esports community these days. But make sure to check it out. 3 minutes 27 to go. Max, we have everyone in the pits.
Yeah, we're going to see them all waiting probably until the 3-minute mark to come out onto the circuit. I say that, they're now all flooding out onto the racetrack. Well, two cars are, of Tudy and the Aston Martin, I think of... Actually, no, it's an AlphaTauri, sorry, of Nico. So I saw
Polster are coming out
Nico...
as well.
Yeah, everyone's going to start coming out now. It's really the time where you do sort of want to be coming out, just to make sure that in case you are at the back of the queue, you do have that time in hand where you can back off, build a gap to everybody around you, so you can actually get your lap in and not have to worry about getting to the line in time. But I saw Nico, as I said, I've already done some commentary here in the past few weeks on CTC, and he was quite decent there. He ended up getting a podium, so he is certainly a driver to look out for, is TF10 Nico. So he can maybe spoil a surprise, maybe go up into the top 3, maybe even the top 5, but he's certainly a quick driver around here, and I wouldn't count him out for a good result. But at the moment, Chudy and Brandox are on a whole nother level to Alex Marciano. 3 tenths, just under 3 tenths is the gap between Alex and Brandox and Chudy. So this has to be a massive lap from Alex. It all comes down to this one, and he needs to just shake all that qualifying form of the past off. But Nico's heading down that back straight now, and he's going to start us off like he did on the second runs of the session.
Yeah, Nico is going to start us off. Unfortunately, for poor Nico, I don't think we're going to pay much attention to him, because we've got a titanic battle for pole position. Maybe Nico could get involved in it. Mind you, the top 11 are only separated by 0.4 of a second, which is quite impressive for a well over 5 kilometre Formula 1 circuit. But the first of your pole runners to get underway will be Lou in first place, but the first of your championship runners maybe is going to be Chudy. Although Chudy definitely still in the battle for pole, so ignore that. We'll keep an eye on Chudy. We'll keep an eye on all the guys as much as we can. Through the final corner comes Chudy, his last qualifying run of season 16, and my oh my, could this be a crucial one. He needs to find at least he needs to find a tenth of a second to be comfortable. I was going to say 600ths for pole, that's about what he needs to find, but he wants to be comfortable. He's got to try and find a tenth of a second. Hooks it into the inside. Heading through turn number 2 and then turn number 3, gets the power down nicely through 4, a little bit of a short shift to get himself up the gears and maximise traction. Quite nice through there from Chudy. Yes, finding time here is the Romanian. That's a very decent first sector in the 23s, which is always a positive sign. You want to get a good first sector under your belt. That'll build confidence throughout the rest of the lap, and then come sector 3, you are a bubble that cannot be burst in towards the quick lefts and the quick rights. How is Lou tracking on his lap? Oh, he's improving by even more as well, so this could be really close between this pair. We've got 3 drivers in between them as well to keep an eye on. 2 McLarens just starting the lap now. Big middle sector from Chudy. He has found this tenth of a second. Maybe track temperature cooling down a little bit. It is an overcast day here on the outskirts of the capital city of China, so might be a little bit of a cooling of track temperature, certainly track degradation and track improvements. It is ramping up, and it is ready for some brilliant pole laps. The checkered flag is out, the timer has finished, meaning these are the last runs of the session, and everyone is on one. Chudy through the final corner now. Nico jumps to 4th, does put himself in contention, oh so close to pole position. Here comes Chudy round the final corner. Has he done enough to snatch pole? Just for now, it's across the line. The Romanian goes quickest here at the Shanghai International Circuit. Lou, apologies. Can he beat the 129.8? No, he's in the pit lane. He was not able to set the time when it may have mattered most. Bobbert's riding through the final corner. Danielle was not able to get a lap in as well. Unfortunately there for him, Elite Risks has, I didn't even know he was in the session, to be honest. He's back now. Here comes Bobberts heading down the main straight. His teammate will be in front of him of Venom. These two were separated by a mere fingernail of a margin. Venom in towards the left-hander now. Can one McLaren at least take pole here today, or is it going to be Chudy? Here comes Venom to the line. No. Can Bobberts do it in Shanghai? No, he cannot. Chudy, wow, is that clutch, is on pole for the Chinese Grand Prix.
And at the death, look who's just promoted himself up into second place.
Oh, wow.
Brandox.
Called it too early. I didn't even see him.
Oh, he was just behind the 2 McLarens, and it was a really good lap time there from Brandox to put himself in where he needs. He just needs to finish in this top 4, does the Aston Martin, and he's done the lap that he so crucially wanted to do, and he's up into second place now. And for Alex Marciano, there is a big task on his hands. Down in 8th place, and your championship rivals up in the top 2. That is going to be extremely tricky, and another poor qualifying for the Williams driver. But for Chudy, he's doing everything he can. That's all he can do, and he'll try then convert that into the race. But overall, a very exciting qualifying session. It should be an exciting race.
A big disappointment there for Lou as well, who had some problems in his final run. But nonetheless, here is your qualifying results. It's Chudy on pole, ahead of Brandnox in second, then it's Lou, Bobbert, Venom, Nico, Lurch, Alex Marciano, Danielle, and Zorzo. Disappointing there for Zorzo. He's usually higher up. Then it's Hazara, Simbrox, and Spicer. Folks, we have got a corker coming up in China. We'll be back after a very quick word from our title sponsors and a short commercial break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to World Online Racing. We are here for the season finale at the Shanghai International Circuit. Cracking qualifying here on the outskirts of the city, where Mark Webber's grid position of 18th in 2011 is the furthest back on the grid a podium finish has come. I believe Verstappen did it from maybe about 17th as well. But we head back to the track side, where for one final time this season, Max... Oh, no, sorry, hold that thought. The drivers are readied up early, and we are now on the grid as we go racing. Here in China, they weren't supposed to ready up for another minute, but it's go, 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 and Chudy immediately covers off the inside line in towards the first corner. There's a bit of a nudge between the two championship contenders. Bobbert has snuck a wheel up the inside. That could have been drastic for Brandnox's championship, but crucially, he's kept on the road, he's kept damage-free, scot-free, and is in second position, and is gunning for this race lead. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Shanghai, as look at the back here. Marciano is looking to make moves, and there's a Haas making contact, but it is Zorzo, not Alex Marciano. Hectic lap one here so far, Max.
It certainly is. Venom's just gone late on the brakes and went clattered straight into the side of Lou. I don't know if Lou's got any damage to his Alfa Romeo. He's looking all right for now. But Venom, that was a massive dive bomb. I think locked the rears heading into the corner and is now down in 14th place after such a good qualifying for him. And then the poor luck for the McLarens do continue for one of the drivers. Zorzo making a move on Simbrox. They're going side by side now. So we head through the long right-hander, and Zorzo winning out on that one, of course, being on the outside line. His teammate, though, of Simbrox, Elite Risks, moves past, and they're actually going to go side by side. Down this back straight in front of them is one of the Aston Martins. That's Danielle versus the Norwegian of Hazara. Bobbert's also looking for a move onto Brandnox further up, and he's got the move done. That is crucial for Chudy. He's now got a car in between himself and Brandnox. Hazara managed to hold on against Danielle. Elite Risks managed to get past Simbrox, and now Venom has got past last week's winner, Spicer, who has a bit of front wing damage and comes into the pit lane. Danielle and Zorzo now having a scrap here. Zorzo to the inside and getting the move done. But everybody on the hard compound tyres as Spicer retires, except from Alex Marciano, who I said if one of these championship contenders had a poor qualifying, they might try something different, and that's exactly what Alex Marciano has done.
Yeah, a bit of an issue for the Aston Martin of Danielle, I believe here. He seems to be struggling through the corners. Maybe a bit of unspotted front wing damage, but we'll wait and see. Yeah, Alex Marciano's gone for the soft, a decision I can respect. He's chucking everything at it to try and win this World Championship. Lou is in fourth. He is... Or, well, what I was going to say is he's going to be well behaved, but he's from BRT, Brandnox is from TRT. I read them as the same thing. He's not going to be well behaved, because I presume he wants to try and win this race. Racing, of course, for the Alfa Romeo team. Won a race last season, did Lou, in Abu Dhabi in Japan. He's looking to win another one here on the similar side of the world. He was P3 in the Tier 5 Championship last season, was BRT. Lou, he is looking to continue strong championship form, but he's under pressure here from Alex Marciano, as here comes Marciano up the inside. That's job done. Marciano's going to go for Brandnox as well. It's double trouble for Alex Marciano. The Williams is looking to continue a championship endeavour. He's not got the exit. He never was going to get the exit in that sort of situation. Brandnox saves ahead, but Alex on a charge here. Up for this one. He's up for the occasion.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's certainly up for a fight with no matter who is in front of him. He's used a lot of his batteries already flashing there. He's already derating, so got less than 10% ERS. So he's really been using those soft tyres to full effect. Just needs to make sure they don't degrade too quickly, or he can be in a whole spot of bother. Give it a 2 or 3 more laps. So as he stays behind Brandnox heading into turn 6, will he? No, he'll just sit behind the Aston Martin, heading through this middle part of the lap now. And for Danielle, he has come into the pit lane. He's put on a fresh set of mediums. I think there was some front wing damage then to that Aston Martin. I think that was a result of that Venom overtake, which went horribly wrong for him, unfortunately, in the McLaren. But Alex Marciano now heading through the double left-hander of 9 and 10 as you now bring it back into the final part of the lap, where this really long back straight is. DRS is now enabled, so the moves for everybody down the field will be DRS aided. But will Alex Marciano be close enough? It's not looking likely. If anyone's ready to capitalise on someone, it's going to be Brandnox on Bobberts. But we have to see how this now all plays out down this back straight. Will Bobberts make a move on Chudy? Yes, he is. He's looking to the inside line. There goes the McLaren to the inside, and he gets the move done on the Haas. The Romanian now down into second place. And the 3 title protagonists, second, third and fourth in this one, this certainly can get very spicy
for him. Apologies if you are losing just a few frames in the stream. It's just internet. I'm afraid we will hopefully be back in a second. Spicer apologising for readying up too early. It's okay, Spicer. You don't have to apologise. That's not. It's not a major issue in the world. Here comes Alex Marciano. Big lunge down the inside of Brandnox. This is a move that needs to be executed if he wants to win the championship. Brandnox still in championship condition, but oh, there's a wobble between the two. Little bit of a nudge between Aston Martin and Williams and Brandnox. Wow, once again, very lucky. He's still in this championship winning position by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, he certainly is. And for Brandnox, he don't really need to take too many risks when it comes to fighting Alex and Chudy. He just needs to make sure he can sit in that top 4, in which he's doing at the moment. And he should know that Alex, his tyres will fall off. And I don't think Alex will be a big threat until maybe the end of this Grand Prix, if that. I feel like Alex might have shot himself on the foot with the strategy front here, but only time will tell. But overall for Brandnox, he just needs to sit in at least 4th place, because that's all he needs to do for the championship, as Chudy now overtakes Bobberts, and that is another swap of places. A little glove tap there from the McLaren to push him through the corner. But for Brandnox, he just needs to sit behind here. Alex can be somewhat of a battering ram for him. Of course, not making contact, but just moving people out the way, and can allow Brandnox to maybe gain in front of Bobberts or Chudy at any point in this Grand Prix. So as long as he sits behind the Williams and just is able to defend from behind of the likes of Lou, he's in a very good position at the moment. He's where he needs to be. And overall, Alex Marciano, his tyres will start to degrade in the next few laps, and then Brandnox can then get back by, go back to 3rd place, and go from there once more. But he just needs to make sure, at the moment, he's able to defend from Lou behind.
Yeah, this is... Oh, sorry. There's actually a bit of an overtake here. This is Venom on Simbarox. Simbarox has been given a shoulder and a half, and off the racetrack he goes. Venom goes through on that one. Good move that from... Well, no, it's not really a good move from the McLaren. He completely battered the Red Bull, but We didn't really see it, so I'm not going to assume too much yet. I think until at least the second half of this race, at 14 onwards, we're going to have a little bit of DRS overtakes for the race lead. But one more thing is, when's Alex going to come into the pits, and what tyre is he going to go on for? Because I'm not awfully sure.
I feel like this, if he's able to extend it to about a lap 11, it will be medium compound. If not, it will be the hard for sure, as actually he's under pressure here from Brandox. Brandox not going for a move, but will Lou look at the Aston Martin? No, he will not. He will just sit behind, heading through the hairpin. But yeah, this is what I mean with Alex. I feel like he has shot himself in the foot slightly going on this soft compounder tyre. He's gone wide as well at the final corner. This could help Brandox maybe front and attack to the outside into turn number 1. Is he going to be able to get the move done? It's going to be very difficult for him. He's gone for the up and under. A well executed move there. He knew the Williams will understeer slightly wide, but look at Alex. He's held that one round the outside to the inside for turn 3, and he's back in front. What a brilliant racing between the pair. Brilliant racing respect as well between the two championship rivals. And Alex Marciano is able to hang on, but these two can't fight for too long because they've got to stick within the DRS of Chudy and Bobberts. But as I was saying, Alex has, I feel like, certainly shot himself in the foot with the softs. He would have been better going on the mediums, in my opinion.
What a brilliant bit of racing from the pair. Thought Brandox had just pulled off one of the best switchbacks I've ever seen. He's had a bit of a twitch back in towards turn number 9, but he's got the car well. But then Alex held it around the outside, and he was no fool. Lou now putting Brandox, the champion, to elect under pressure. Alex Marciano could be under big pressure here as well, because he has fallen out of DRS of Bobbitt's the Marathon Man. We'll wait and see what develops from that. Here comes Brandox. This one's going to be a lot easier than his attempt at turn number 1, but here comes Lou. Keep an eye on Lou. Lou's going to go with the pair of them. Goes left for one. Will he go right for the other? No, he's a bit too far back here, I feel. Not going to lunge one down the inside. Alex now falling to 5th. It seems that it's going to be 1 step forward, 2 steps backwards here for Alex Marciano on these soft tyres.
Yeah, it certainly is. He's going to just start dropping down the order now. He's going to have very high wear on those soft compounded tyres. Won't be able to have the best purchase out of the corner and be able to really be on the power as quickly as the likes of Nico behind and Lou in front. So it's now just a matter of surviving till that pit window now for Alex Marciano, and then you can start pushing once more. But I just don't know the mediums that these drivers will have up in front of him on the hard compounded tyres will certainly just play an important factor here and will make somewhat overtaking him rather easy. So that poor qualifying has really hindered Alex Marciano's race, but he's throwing everything at it. I got to respect him for that. He is doing everything he possibly can and trying to do so, but at the moment those soft compounded tyres don't seem to be working 6 laps into the stint, and I reckon his pace will just keep getting slower and slower as the race goes on. But for Judy up in front, he's not had really too many threats from Bobbitt's behind over the past few laps, and has been driving somewhat decently to somewhat extend that gap to 7 tenths by the time they hit this back straight. So for Judy, he certainly is doing everything he can up in the race lead, but at the moment it won't really account for nothing because Brandox is in that top 4.
Yeah, once Brandox finishes in the top 4, remember, bish, bash, bosh, done. He is the champion. No matter what anyone else does, no matter what we say, no matter what we waffle on about, no matter where Chudy finishes, no matter where Alex finishes, he's champion. And he's doing that absolutely perfectly now. So that's why I'd say he doesn't feel threatened by Bobberts and Chudy in front, because he knows as long as he sits in 3rd place, he's good. He's all good, but I'm still excited to see him racing with cars. He could have easily sat behind Alex Marciano and not done anything, but he's racing cars, he's driving tactically, and I gotta say he is driving a great and mature drive, I think we can say. Really impressive stuff. Bobberts and Chudy, though, driving equally as well. They're both looking to give themselves the best possible finish to the season. As Max was saying earlier, McLaren, a little bit rejuvenated here in this championship. They still can finish 4th in the title. That would be behind Williams, Ferrari and Aston Martin. Williams, pretty much your constructors, or they are your constructors champions here, because Ferrari and Aston Martin were the only teams that could catch them, and as it stands, No point scorers for Ferrari, only 1 for Aston Martin. And Aston Martin need 29 points. That is multiple point scorers. So if you're interested in the constructors' standings, those are the permutations. If you're a member of the Discord server, of course, you can view the standings there if you don't want to wait for us to remind you of that. And remember, while you're here, make sure to pop a subscription on the YouTube channel. Plenty of good World Online Racing content coming to you very soon, including the Tier 1 Championships that's just after us. A bit of a new there from Mr. Ring. What have you spotted, Max?
Oh, Alex Marciano came across Nico at a very aggressive rate, and Nico was fishtailing all over that back straight with the DRS open, and somehow has managed to not put that one in the wall. He was really squeezed up to the grass, and here we go again. Alex Marciano defending that inside line. There's a little bit of contact made between the pair. Nico to the outside line. He surely will be able to hold this one to then go on the inside for turn 3. Been given a shoulder low from Alex Marciano. Gives it back, and here comes Lurch to the inside of Alex. And there's 2 places. Oh, Lurch with a big slide. Manages to keep that car in a straight line. Brilliant car control from the Mercedes driver, but Alex Marciano still falling backwards. But for Nico, that could have been race ending down that back straight, and then just absolutely clattered into the side of Alex Marciano and proper gave him a shoulder barge heading into turn number 3. And then he lost out to Lurch in the process, but Lurch having that slide hindered his progress and is now stuck behind the Williams. But it's now the top 4 sort of in a world of their own, because it's 1.3 between Lou and Nico.
It's going wrong for Alex here, isn't it? Unfortunately, this is not a race-winning strategy as of now. A safety car, I think, would severely assist him in his endeavour to try, well, at least win this race, if not the championship. But he does need a lot to go wrong for both Brandux and Tudy, who are doing, Brandux and Tudy, who are doing everything correct. Bobberts, not even opening that DRS wing. More than happy to stay in second position. Here we go. Lurch down the inside of Nico. Alex has to be careful here not to come a cropper of these two battling side by side, maybe into the final corner. Nico got to be careful here. Is one of them going to back out? Yes, Nico does. Smart driving there from the AlphaTauri driver. Smart driving from the German, as Marciano has given up the ghost and he is into the pit lane. Is this a set of hards, would you expect, Max?
I probably would. Maybe mediums at a push. They might be able to do 18 laps on them. But I feel like he's out of this one, really, because once the drivers around him box onto a set of the mediums, he'll pretty much have no pace and just be like a rolling roadblock for them. And he has gone onto the medium compounded tyres. Elite Risks looking for a move on Alex Marciano, teammate of Zorzo, with a late defence there from the Williams, but Elite Risks not able to get by just yet. Danielle into the pit lane once more. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a retirement. 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And yes, unfortunately, the second driver lost. And for Brandox, that is crucial for him because he doesn't have his teammate backing him up. But in a good sense for him, if there's a safety car, he won't have to worry about getting held up in the pit lane. So
I don't think he had to worry anyways, to be fair. Well,
I don't think he has to worry anyway, but overall...
well... Bit of lap traffic, maybe. No, that's harsh to Danielle. Danielle's had a decent season. This has just not been his day. You just have days like this. Yeah. What was the old song?
For Alex, really.
My mama told me there'd be days like this. Don't get us copyrighted, please, YouTube. Sorry. Anyways, back to the race. This is Nico up the inside of Lurch. Job's a good one. He has got that one done. Hazara as well, funny enough, was looking strong in qualifying, 7th in the race, and on the back of this crew. So we'll see how this one develops. Elite Risks as well. Look, he's not doing half bad for a man who didn't take part in qualifying. That's difficult to hop straight in to race trim conditions when these guys have got familiar with the track during qualifying. I say it, I don't say it a lot, but I should say it more because I think it's a very valid point. Practice and actual sessions, very, very different. Very, very different. And I think it's always important for the driver to acclimatise to those actual sessions as quickly as they possibly can. Because, look, it's not the same as practice. Look at any sport. Basketball matches, not the same as practice. Football, not the same. Rugby, not the same. Lacrosse. I don't know, does anyone actually watch lacrosse? But esports and motorsports, certainly. Practice, not the same as actual sessions. Way more pressure on to perform.
Yeah, certainly.
No hate to lacrosse, by the way. No hate to lacrosse fans. Sorry.
Oh, Brandox with a big slide. He's nearly put that one in the wall. He's somehow managed to save that car there. That's something Brandox really has somewhat had this season, is some decent car control in tricky conditions, but he's managed to pull that one off, heading out of turn 10, and that would have been fatal for him if he went straight into that wall and could have put Judy in perfect championship winning opportunity. But unfortunately for Judy, that has not happened, as here comes Bobberts to the insides of the Romanian. Nicely done there from the McLaren, in a really good position as Bobberts. Oh, and he's gone deep into the corner. Flashbacks from Austria last week, where he went deep into turn 3 and lost out on what could have been a podium in that one. But Bobberts still leading this one from Judy as we're on to lap 12 of 28. Pit window around about lap 15, 16. So not too long until these drivers come into the pit lane. But for Brandox, he just now needs to realise that he can't push as much as he wants, because if he makes that mistake again, 9 out of 10 times, if you make a mistake twice, you're going into the wall on the second time.
Did you know 8 out of 10 statistics are made up on the spot?
Yes. And that one just was.
As that is Elite Risks getting past Zorzo. Oh, bit of a scrap here, bit scrappy-do between these two. Is that a bit of front wing damage I spot for Elite Risks? No, it isn't. It was just the way the camera picked up that Red Bull. Here comes Elite Risks. Wow, up the inside. Brave stuff from Zorzo, the Spaniard, to hang it round the outside. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. Good stuff there from Zorzo. Elite Risks might attack back. He's on the battery button, wants to get ahead. ASAP, late on the brakes. Zorzo goes a bit deep into the corner, but has to run wide anyways. That's the natural trajectory of the next few corners. Zorzo stays ahead, but he could be under pressure here. Bit of a slide mid-corner as they took into the DRS. Venom right behind this pair as well, looking to capitalise on this one. Zorzo does still have DRS in front, but the slipstream is huge. Look at this from Venom, looking to try sneak through. Is he going to make a free wide to the apex of the corner? He's not. Zorzo seems to brake earlier to try a switchback manoeuvre, but he could not get the job done. Elite Risks up to 8. Great bit of racing between the pair. Very brave, we'll just say, but I think you all know the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, very brave there. I mean, Venom had to back out of that one. He gained up well too quickly than what he was expecting. He probably could have made that free wide, but it could have been a very stupid decision in that one, because we're into that hairpin. It will be 3 into 1, won't go, and that would have been all just absolute chaos heading into that hairpin. So smart there from Venom just to back out of it and not go for a move while the two in front were scrapping over the positions. But this top 4 are sort of dropping Lurch here, I would say by about a tenth or 2 tenths a lap. Lurch isn't able to catch up due to, of course, the DRS zones and how powerful they are, especially down that back straight, and that's really hurting everyone behind him, because they won't be able to catch up to this top 4. And for Brandox, that's exactly what he needs. He wants the rest of the field to be disconnected to his own train, and he can just sit in that top 4 ever so nicely.
Ideal scenario for Brandox here, sorry to jump in over you, it's just that everyone just runs their own race. It's a time trial session and he can just saunter home and forth. This is not the type of race you want, where there's just cars around you all the time. Although crucially, 1.7 seconds back to 5th, so he does have a nice buffer. That 5th place is just swap hands. It's Nico up the inside of Lurch, and that's job done. Nice one from the AlphaTauri. Good race this from Nico, have to say. He's driving well.
Yep, and he's into the pit lane. Oh, an early pit stop here from Nico. This could be to try and narrow down that deficit to the cars in front of him. This early undercut. He might have seen
just another quick thing, sorry. Alex Marciano going to have a huge undercut here. He's gaining rapidly in the field. He's going to have a massive undercut.
Massive undercut, but an absolutely horrid overcut.
Yeah,
on him.
You finished me sentence there absolutely correctly. You finished my sentence. You finished my sentence there absolutely correctly. His tyres are going to be they're going to literally be sand and silt come the end of this race. There'll be nothing.
Yeah. They genuinely will have no grip left, and to defend from the cars behind, it'll be near enough impossible for him into the later laps. He's got a 9-second gap to Nico behind, and once Nico gets those tyres up to temperature, he should start gaining on the Williams in front. So for Alex Marciano, it's a short-term gain, but it'll be long-term pain in overall. So it's not really been the greatest of strategies here from the Williams driver. He should have really just started on those hards and tried making his way up the order through there. But he went for the softs, he went for the gamble, and I fully respect that. As Chudy has got past Bobberts, now we've also Venom is finally able to get past Alex Marciano, teammate of Zorzo. They're still side-by-side heading to the hairpin, but Venom with that inside line comes out on top. You really want to defend that inside line heading into that hairpin, no matter where you are on the field, as in comes Lou, and now Venom as well, same with Lurch. So Lou, the first of the top 4 to come into the pit lane, he'll get an undercut. And also, let's see where Alex Marciano comes out, how far ahead, sorry, he comes out in front of Lou, because if that will then really be a deciding factor for when Chudy, Bobberts and Brandox come in, and also see how far away he is from then. So Alex Marciano now heading into turn 2. I would say the gap is around about 10 seconds between Lou and Alex Marciano, as Nico has jumped Lou as well. So that undercut of 1.9 seconds has worked out beautifully for the AlphaTauri, and he's only got 1 lap older tyres.
Yeah, well done there, Nico. He's back in contention for this Grand Prix win. He's well back within this one now. We're over halfway through the race, and he is within the train. I'm very interested to see, though, how this works out for the pair of them. And Alex is 8.5 seconds up the road. Oh, this is interesting. I think he's still going to be caught, but how quickly he's going to be caught, we'll have to wait and see. If you're Chudy and Bobberts, though, and Brandox, surely you have to be in this lap.
Yeah, I would assume so, because if you see the undercut that Nico got, you sort of want to somewhat cut that off, and especially with Lou as well, who was already in that train, you certainly want to cut that off as soon as possible. You don't really want to allow them to build up that gap. Yes, you'll have 2 or 3 lap fresher tyres, but it's not worth it in the end. Chudy comes in,
they're all in.
Brandox in. Yeah, it's the smart decision.
Is someone
going
to try the Vettel move? Is someone going to try the Vettel move?
Bob.
Bobberts. Oh, he broke a leg. He went for it. He was going for it. But it was too far back. Yeah, that would have been funny. But back to the serious action. Marciano will lead the Grand Prix once Zorzo pits, of course. I think Zorzo might be goal hanging for a safety car a little bit here. What's the gap going to be between the man who's just set the fastest lap in the Grand Prix and those coming out of the pit lane? Here is Nico, now in second position. There's Chudy and Bobberts. It's 1.5 seconds. It's a substantial enough undercut here. If Nico and Lou could work together, they might be able to pull away while these guys heat up their tyres.
Oh, and look who else is in the fight now. It's Shizou Venom, and he's got past Brandox. Brandox
wow.
Now down to the back of the queue. Wow. Now that is crucial for Brandox. He's now got to navigate his way by not only Venom, but also Shizou Lurch as well. A race on our hands, because this undercut has worked out absolutely incredibly for some of these drivers. And for Venom, it's an amazing undercut for him, because he was nowhere in this Grand Prix. It was down at the back of the field. He's now ahead of the driver that was in 3rd place in this Grand Prix before the pit stop. So for Venom, he's back into this one. The luck has changed, hopefully. Trying not to jinx him in this Grand Prix. And he's now ahead of Brandox, who has just warmed up his tyres, but they won't be as grippy as the likes of Venom's. But Brandox now has a huge task on his hands, especially if Chudy's able to catch up. But here comes Bobberts on the Romanian. He's going to pull to that outside line, get the move done. Will Lurch be close enough to go for a move on Chudy? No, he will not. Just have to sit behind as Brandox and Venom go side by side. Brandox gets tapped there by Venom, who went late on the brakes in the McLaren. Venom been somewhat of a collision magnet here. That's another piece of another bit of trading paint from the McLaren as Zorzo's now into the pit lane. Alex Marciano still leads this one, but that gap will be coming down so quickly. It's 5.1 seconds already. But for Brandox, that could have been crucial if you got front wing damage there from Venom, because that could have been race over.
And also, another thing quickly is, he's playing a gamble here to try win the championship. And if it stayed like this, it would be very close to working. I don't have the maths exactly on me, but Alex does need to finish 1st or 2nd with a low point score for Brandox and Chudy. Brandox currently with that low point score, but we do expect this to swap round. If you're Brandox right now, you are getting very, very nervous.
Yeah, you certainly are.
I think it's time to get the notebook out, Max. I think we're going to have to do some maths here.
So 8th place gives you what? 4 points. Judy at the moment.
Hold on, I haven't even got the notebook yet. My God, are you impatient?
I am impatient. We got a race on our hands, man. We can't miss any of the action.
We do, but unfortunately, I think Alex is going to be taken out of the equation here because it was 8.5 seconds just a few laps ago.
It was at the start of this lap. Oh no, 8.5 you said. It was 5.5 at the start of this lap. It's now 3.5, so he's lost 2 seconds this lap.
He has. He's lost 2 seconds this lap, and look, if he lost 2 seconds every lap from now until the end of the race, that's a disaster.
It certainly is. Have you got the notebook yet?
No, because I'm trying to commentate at the same time. Bobbert's fastest lap of the race. That is that is a decent one. Here comes Venom looking for the race lead on Lurch. No, not looking for the race lead. Looking for 6th place on Lurch. He's got the job done. I am trying to do too many things at once.
Certainly are. So Venom getting past Lurch there. That promotes himself.
Hold on, I have a track map at Donington. We'll do it on the back. We'll do the maths on the back of that.
On the back of Donington Park.
Is that no? That's Alton Park. Never mind.
Oh, Alton Park. A brilliant racing facility there.
Although not as good as Brands Hatch. Is that going to be your follow-up sentence?
Yes, it's not as good as Brands Hatch. That is the superior British racing circuit. There is not one better circuit. You can't even include Silverstone. It's just not as good as Brands Hatch. Fight me. But
no, you go to the gym. That could be scary. Bobberts on the back of Nico here. He is going to look for a podium place. Bobberts has a really good chance in this one. I don't want to jinx him, but he's a really good chance. He's going to go for the move on the German now in towards the hairpin. Although, look at this. Nico might be forced into a move on the Alfa Romeo. The 2 Alfa cars are boxing in the McLaren. Is Bobberts going to try this switcheroo? Oh, that's lush. That's exquisite from Bobberts. Is he able to get it done on Lou? No, he's not. Lou pulls in front, but Bobberts, wow, he played his cards well there.
Yeah, that was really nicely done there from Bobberts to set that one up, and now he's going to get past Lou. He's up into what should be the provisional race.
Oh, look at this between Lurch and Brandox. Look at this between Lurch and Brandox. Lurch making the champion-to-be work for everything he's got. Whoa, what a bit of racing there between these two. Brandox still has the Mercedes on the inside. He's got to be oh so careful not to do anything that could jeopardise his race, or else the championship could be out the window. In towards the right-hander, he is ahead. As it stands now, Brandox is still going to win the World Championship because Chudy does need to outscore him by 14 points. Chudy's not even scoring 14 points as it stands.
Yeah, this is now big points Chudy needs to find. He needs to get past both Nico and Lou within the next few laps, or Brandox could be all over the back of him. But of course, I wouldn't be surprised if a man named Shazoo Venom helps out his teammate Bobberts and puts up a defensive masterclass of his life to keep Brandox behind, because
he does have about 4 cars in front of him as well. That's not much you can do about that. But here comes Bobberts for the race lead in towards the hairpin. Bobberts gets the job done on Alex Marciano, and look at this on Lou. Lou trying to capitalise as well. Lou is trying to take 2nd position. Alex is slowly going to start falling through the field, you feel, because he's on much worse tyres. Bobberts first, Lou second. They are your 2 new race win challengers. Oh, Lou, a little bit wide there actually, but Marciano just doesn't have the grip, unfortunately, for now. And it's going to be Bobberts who leads us across the line on lap number 20. As it stands, of course, Brandox just about, by the skin of his teeth, is going to sneak the championship.
Yeah, it's still oh so close. As here comes Nico to the outside. Venom on the inside of Nico, and this has invited Brandox to the inside of the McLaren. Is he going to be able to hold on to this one, Venom? Will Brandox somehow sneak his way up into 6th place in this Grand Prix? Venom somewhat boxed in slightly with having to go for a move on Nico as well into turn 6. There's a little bit of contact made. Luckily, everyone's still in a straight line. Brandox now to the inside for turn 7. This is oh so close between the pair. He's managed to just not make contact with the McLaren to the outside for turn 8, to the inside for turn 9 and 10. He'll surely get this one over the McLaren, who runs a little bit wide. And there we go. Brandox going through. Nico runs wide on the exit of turn 10. Venom still looking for this one to try and get that 6th place back. Won't be able to do so, but this racing is... The respect between these drivers is just unmatched. They're just leaving each other so much room. They know they don't want to make contact. And for Brandox, that was really well worked. Venom under a bit of pressure from Lurch. And now here comes Brandox to the outside of Nico. Gonna get this one done with the DRS. Will Venom try following through? He'll look to the inside, won't get the move done. Chudy gets past Alex Marciano. But at the moment, Brandox doing everything he needs. Once he gets past Alex Marciano, he'll be in that top 4 and within championship winning contention.
Yes, and once he gets into 4th, it could be all done no matter what happens. Lou, 1/10 of a second behind Bobbitt. No mad strategy today from Bobbitt to try and get the win. He's got to fight for this one in a dogfight at the front of the field. But we'll wait and see how this one plays out, because we're on lap 21 of 28 here, and for the final time, I think, on this street. I'd like to remind you to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done already, and if you're enjoying the action. And make sure to go follow me and Max on Twitter. And tell everyone how we're the best 2 casters in the world, because obviously we are. 1.2 seconds separates Lou and Chudy here in this one. 1.1 now. Chudy slowly trying to catch and get within that DRS window. I think he might do it. Yes, he's in here. And the DRS activation point, sorry, I need to move my Oldham Park track map, is in between turn 11 and 12. So we'll wait and see. It's in between this left-hander. There it is. Yes, he's well within. And that is going to put Chudy back in the fight for the race win here. The Romanian of Chudy, mind you, driving a great race for this one. He's not actually won a race this season, and he didn't get second until last week. So, way to perform when it matters most. Here comes Brandox for a championship-claiming position. He's up to 4th, ahead of Alex Marciano. If it stays like this, Brandox champion, no matter what anyone else does. But Alex, oh no, he has to scrap for this one and puts it back down the inside. That's obscene from Alex Marciano. But a man will do anything that he's got to do if he wants to win a league racing championship. The Williams was like, right, if I let him go, this is curtains. I'm going to fight for this one. I'm going to fight with my fellow Italian to the death here. Unfortunately, his tyres are the only thing dead in this scenario, and he will slowly slip down the field, irregardless of his attempts. Brandox is back in championship position, but that got hairy for a moment. Brandox, I'd say, might need a clean monocoque seat after this one. Couple of scary moments for him throughout the evening.
Yeah, that was... Alex Marciano just knew. He even might have even just tried hold up Brandox slightly. Just make sure he's in that little spot of bother that might give a little bit of uncertainty, make him a little bit nervous in that Aston Martin. But for Alex Marciano, he's tried everything. He threw the kitchen sink at it, but it just isn't meant to be. And unfortunately, he'll just fall behind Nico, then Venom, then Lurch, which probably will fall out of the points. So for the Williams driver, it's been a hard-fought season, of course, breaking Cameron Dowd's race win streak over in Vegas. But after, I would say, Portugal, it's just never really materialised onwards, as here comes Lou for the race lead to the inside of Bobbitt. Bobbitt doesn't really want to defend this one too much. He'll be happy to sit behind the Alfa Romeo unless Chudy wants to get involved and get past the McLaren, but can't get close enough for a lunge to the inside. Nico versus Alex Marciano. Alex Marciano able to defend that inside line into the hairpin. Here comes Nico now to maybe get the run out of the final corner. Alex goes very late on the brakes. A really nice line there from the Williams. Really committed through that final corner. Is he going to look to the outside, though, the AlphaTauri of Nico? No, he's just going to have to sit behind Alex Marciano one more time. Look how much he can pinch that car more to the apex than Alex. But unfortunately for Nico, he's got to spend another lap behind the Williams and can just see that Kraken logo of Alex Marciano on the rear wing, just somewhat taunting him over what's happening in this one. As Nico, looking to the inside, can't get the move done.
Was that product placement? Did you just do product placement?
No.
Are they paying us, Max?
I don't think so.
No, because no one's paying us. But Roberts is in second position, looking for what could be a crucial win. And surely this is going to be like a lot of other tracks. Coming onto the last lap, you don't really want to lead it.
Yeah, this is what I said at the start of the show, is that final lap, it's been like that for the last few circuits. You don't want to lead onto that final lap. I mean, anywhere. You don't want to lead. Oh, Nico with a big slide, and here comes Venom to the inside of the AlphaTauri. Nico got that one all wrong. all out of shape. And now here comes the McLaren on the Williams. Nico trying to make it free wide onto the grass. Careful on the braking zones. Is he going to be able to get the car stopped? Yes, he is. Alex cuts in front of Lurch to make sure the Mercedes doesn't fly by as well. But for Nico, how committed was that to the inside line? But as I was trying to say, we've been like that for the past few races or any circuit. You don't want to lead heading onto that final lap because the car behind you, if they're close enough, will certainly pounce with that DRS. And that's exactly what Bobberts can do here. He can just sit behind, build that battery up, and then attack on that final lap.
That was a scary moment on the grass, but that goes to show what these guys are putting into this one. 24 out of 28 laps have been completed, and we're still no more the wiser to who will win this Chinese Grand Prix. The championship is looking like it's going to go the way of the Italian of Brandux, who, of course, is an extremely young prodigy who we can all watch for in the future. Bobberts has... he's fought so hard for this one, but so has Lou. I think no matter who wins this one, it would be equally deserving.
Yeah, it certainly will. Lou has driven really well in this one, and for Bobberts as well, I mean, I reckon he'll just be happy to get onto the podium in his McLaren after the season he's had with the nearly man Bobberts when it comes to podiums. He's like the Nico Hulkenberg here of Crossplay Tier 2. Not a talented driver, but just can't get the podiums due to poor luck.
Surprised you didn't call him Jensen Button, because you usually drop his name in whenever you can.
But Jensen Button got podiums and race wins. There's all Lurch
And a world
around the outside of
championship.
Alex Marciano. Lurch, is he going to be able to get the move done on the inside into the final corner? Oh, nearly a little bit of contact made between the Williams and the Mercedes. Lurch not able to get it done. A poor run, though, out the final corner. Allows the Norwegian in the Alpine to the outside. He'll try go for a move on Alex Marciano as well. Free wide. Oh! Contact made. Lurch sent into a spin. He's just rolling all the way to the outside wall. And it was a very committed move by Hazara, but just pinched across that little bit too much. Cut into Lurch. And that was actually a bit like what happened between Jensen Button, Pastor Maldonado, and I think it was Fernando Alonso as well involved in that free wide incident there, and somewhat ended up in the same scenario.
Completely pointless observation, but can I just say how slick that reverse to the wall was from Lurch. He just, it was Michael Jackson-esque. That was incredible. The moonwalk through the gravel. I was going to make a rolling to the through the gravel joke as well for my pun of the day, because I haven't made it yet. But even that's bad for my standards. But we're going to be coming on to the third final lap of the season. And I tell you what, every lap that ticks by, this is just looking more and more like Brandux is going to seal this one. And this would also be his second championship in 3 weeks, as he won another Rival League championship as well. We are being asked to show the ERS situation of the front three. Currently it's in favour of your race leader. But crucially also, he does not have the DRS for the final lap.
But when it comes to that battery game with the car behind, actually Simbarox retired while Lurch was in his spin. I thought that was Lurch retiring from the race, but he has now. But for Bobberts, he's got a 20% difference. He's going to need to save that at the moment, all the way to that final straight. He can't use it at all to really catch up to the Alfa Romeo, because I would say Lou with that battery would be able to hang on if Bobberts.
No, surely not on the final. Surely not on the final straight. 20% is not going to make that much of a difference, especially with the slipstream and the DRS.
It will make a massive difference, because the battery, just if you deploy it all at once, it's so much of a horsepower boost that you can't really. If you're derating, heading down that back straight, and the driver in front isn't derating, you're basically not having that use of the DRS, because you're getting no extra horsepower from the battery. So it means you're somewhat at an equal level when it comes to overall pace. So for Lou, he's in a really good position, I feel like, here to get this race victory. Bobberts just needs to try save as much battery over the next 2 laps as possible.
Yeah, can't use it at all. Do not use it at all. No matter what happens, let it happen. Just can't use it, because look how much he gains anyways in the straight. He's going to keep with the Alfa Romeo here. Bobberts' tactic here surely has to be catch, but don't overtake. and he's only going to do that for one more lap, and then on the final lap of the race he can attack all he wants because he will be going for the race win. But my oh my, is this going to be an intriguing conclusion. Max, we didn't get a prediction from you from at the start of the race because we rushed into things. Can we get one now on who you think is going to win this race? Because Chudy's still in with this one, or at least I think.
Certainly is. Chudy is certainly within a really good shout for a race winner. He's on the similar battery of Lou as well, so Roberts could be he might even be able to go for a move on Lou in front, the McLaren, but then he's still got to look out for Chudy behind, who might go for a move as a send-off to the season, because at the moment he's got nothing to lose. So, race prediction, I'm going to go for Lou.
He's got nothing to lose. No.
Oh,
sorry.
take over.
Sorry. 0.2 of a second separate the top two. Heading on to the final lap of this season. My oh my, what a final lap of the season it could be. We could see 3 wide come the main, or this straight again. Boberts, we'll take one more look at his battery and see what the current situation is between the drivers. It's 30 for Boberts, 49 for Lou, and 49 for Chudy. Boberts in a bit of a predicament here, and he's going to actually take the race lead as Boberts. Is this the wrong play from Boberts, or is this going to be the masterclass way he's going to try win this Chinese Grand Prix? Surely you'd want to be second going onto the back straight here, but Boberts is going to play it differently. He's going to try and defend from the front to win the season finale here at the Shanghai International Circuit, in towards turn number 1 for the final time. Chudy as well, just got to sit behind and play his cards right. Remember, this is Brandnox's final lap, and then he could get crowned as champion, but Venom is right behind him as well, so this could go any way still here at this Chinese Grand Prix. It's not over until every single one of these guys has crossed that checkered flag. In towards turn number 6 for the final time. It's a right-hander. Boberts is driving well on this lap, but is it going to be well enough? Because he's not going to have DRS, he's not going to have ERS, and he's not going to have slipstream. Is this playing a losing game from the man who's not won a race in so long? Well, we'll find out now, won't we? In towards the final sector for the final time this season. Boberts is going to lead onto the final straight unless there is some DRS shenanigans right here from him, but I don't think there will be. 0.5 of a second. Is it enough with the power the Alfa Romeo will have coming down this 1.3 kilometre straight? Here comes Lou into the slipstream. Oh, Boberts has got a good exit, here. He's got a fantastic exit in towards the hairpin, but here comes Lou. The straight line speed advantage is just too much. The Alfa Romeo is going to win the season finale here at China. Boberts has knocked off the exit as he rounds through the final corners. Lou will win the race. Brandnox has got a 3-second penalty. He's got to fall down the order here. We need to calculate the points quickly. He's got to fall down the order. Chudy in 3rd place gets 15. Brandnox in 7th place. What sort of points is he scoring for 7th? Brandnox, I believe, will win your World Championship for season 16 as Chudy needed to outscore him by 14 points. That is not the case. Brandnox, wow, that was scary, but I do believe he is champion.
Yes, and so do I. Maths is mathing, and Brandnox is your champion, and Lou, what a drive that was. I mean, he sort of got helped there by Boberts going for that move a lap early, but Boberts is finally on the podium, Evan. He's finally done it.
Wow, Boberts is back on a Tier 2 podium. Incredible stuff from him. Great race from Lou as well. Really finished this season off well. Boberts has had his best run of form in World Online Racing, dare I say. 4 4th places and a 2nd.
Yeah, he certainly has had his best run of form, and overall, it's been a really good end to the season for not only Boberts, but for Venom as well. McLaren as a whole really changed and reshaped their season from the get-go there. So this second half of the season has been absolutely amazing for them. But for Lou, that is a really, really good race win for him. Chudy, unfortunate that he couldn't convert that pole into his first race win of the season as well. But overall, what a fantastic season it has been. And for Brandnox, he didn't look like he was in a championship fight all the way to about
He
3
he
races
tested
left to go.
Brandnox tested our quick mat skills on that final straight. My God! But Lou takes the race winner ahead of Boberts in second. Then it is Chudy, Venom, Nico Hazara, Brandnox, Zorzo, Elite Risks, and Alex Marciano in 10th. Then it was Lurch, Simbrox, Danielle, and Spicer. And you know what? I think it's time for some interviews. Maybe. Hopefully we can get someone in. Hopefully we can finally hear from Boberts in a non-admin interview.
He surely will join us, Boberts. There's no way he won't.
Hopefully he does.
We pray for times like these.
We do. We'll try hear from our champion as well, of course. I know he didn't finish in the podium, but look, I think it's probably fitting. It was Judy who came third, wasn't it? Sorry, I had to think quickly there. But Max, what a season! What a season we had.
Yep, certainly was, and wow. I mean, we had that domination at the start from Cameron, and he still was even in the chance of the title, even though not being here for half the season. But
yeah, that's crazy, by the way. That's absolute crazy.
I think we have broke our personal record of most safety cars in the season, of us two here in Crossplay Tier 2. So, yeah, it's been an amazing season. Brandnox thoroughly deserved the championship there. Those last few races were really good from him, and overall, hopefully it'll be just as good next season. But yeah, overall, hopefully the same comes, as I say, same comes next season.
I believe we're going to hear from Boberts in a moment.
Yay.
If he does join us. But the Chinese Grand Prix, we thought it was a bit of a weird season finale. Has your opinions changed after we have been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt?
Yeah, it's still a weird season finale, but overall,
yeah, I agree. It's still really weird for a season finale.
It provided a brilliant Grand Prix, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, it is a circuit where most people it's usually the season opener at some tiers and some races, or at least at that end of the season. So to have it near the end, it certainly sort of added a challenge maybe to the drivers mentally, because I know on some certain circuits it may sound stupid, but your mindset for each circuit can change, where you usually say like the Bahrain opening round of the season.
I agree with you.
Into it.
However, more important matters. Let's bring Boberts in, shall we? Hold the front page. Hold the back page. Boberts is on the podium.
Would have been better if Boberts had won the race.
It really would have been, but you know,
you hold every single page, not just the front and back.
maybe even a bit of social media content as well. If Boberts had won, you know, we'll see how the newspapers are feeling. But Boberts. Look, it might not have been the win you wanted, but 4 fourth places and a second place in the last 5 rounds of the season is not half bad.
It's not half bad, no, you're right. It's, you know, the second half of the season came on strong. I mean, obviously there was some unlucky rounds in the first half of the season. I thought, are we going to have a repeat of last season? But no, like you said, yeah, those last 5 rounds, you know, they came on very well. Obviously it was unlucky last week. I could have won last week. I mean, that penalty that you were on about would have been removed, but there was no point because of me hitting Brando. So, yeah, but no, it's at least good to get a podium on the last race, but it's another sore one to take.
What was the thinking going into the last couple of laps of the race there? Because what we thought you were going to do is try stick behind for a little bit, and then get the slipstream maybe down the straight, and go for it that way. But you took the lead on lap 27. And to be honest, had that last straight not been as long, you would have won the race.
The only reason I went for it was thinking that, obviously, because Judy and I pitted the same lap, I was thinking that he would follow me, or he would maybe try and move, because he, you know, with us having that one lap fresher tyre wear to Lou, and I noticed that, especially on the last few laps, that he was struggling in the middle sector and on the banking. I didn't have a good last lap myself. It could have been better to try and you know, propel me a little bit further down that straight, and I maybe should have defended the inside, or at least, you know, at least maybe have been alongside him. But I thought, you know, we'll try the outside, go for a switchback, but I didn't have the traction, so it was game over.
Max, any questions for Mr. Marathon Man?
Yeah, well, first off, Bobbert, congratulations.
I was going to
Thoroughly
say,
deserved
sorry, I
goal.
was going to say our Lord and Saviour, but I thought that's
It's
a
all
bit,
right.
bit too much.
I mean, you think you'd say what you want to think.
But yeah, Bobberts, I know we just finished the race, but what's your thoughts been on the season as a whole? Give us a rundown of how you've actually found this season 16.
It's been obviously it's completely different to last season. I mean, obviously we've had a few of the same drivers, but obviously a lot of the field has been different. Different challenges ahead. Oh, sorry. So I think I just missed half of that because you cut out, Max. So
Oh,
unless it was just me, I don't know.
well, what I did say was just sum up your season as a whole and overall what it has been. I don't know if that one cut out, but yeah.
Oh, I was just saying that this season as a whole, as I was starting to say, seemed to like initially it was going like it was last season. Just the bad luck was just consistent all the time, apart from Monaco. That I was surprised they even got a 6th place finish there. But no, as we touched on before, these last 5 races have come on well. Whether if it's been very peculiar strategies, which have propelled me, a good reading of the weather, maybe the experience it's shown. But I just think that overall my pace has just been better. I think I've just been more confident in myself. But it's been fun going against some noobs. Obviously, quite a lot of new drivers in this season, this tier. Some of the same people, and I can now call Venom the number 2 driver.
You can, and that is a very crucial point because Venom was way down the order, and I believe your podium today will jump you to 5th in the standings potentially.
I believe so. Yes, I think from quick maths it should propel me to 5th.
That's a good result all in all, considering
Yeah.
start of the
Yeah.
season you had a lot of bad luck.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's a like I said, these last 5 races have been a very good way to finish, and yeah, I mean, 5th place is it's not too shabby whatsoever. It's I didn't get the goal. I mean, my goal wasn't to win the title. My goal was at least to win one race this season, and even if it meant take it at the last race, I wanted to do it at China. I mean, obviously nearly got it today, but we just improve on that for next season, depending on wherever I'll be, and that'll be the goal ahead.
Well, Bobbert, thank you very much for joining us. We do greatly appreciate it, and yeah, we wish you the best of luck next season. We've got one more interview that I didn't think we were getting, but let's bring in Judy. Hello, Judy, can you hear us? And you are on mute as well, just in case you didn't notice. Hello, Judy.
Hello.
Judy, congratulations on the podium today. Unlucky to miss out on the championship, of course, but still a very strong race for you today. How'd you find it out there?
Yeah, first stint I drove it perfectly. Then second stint I managed to get back in Liu's DRS, and then I just stick behind him to save DRS, save my tires a bit. But yeah, then lap 27, Boberts went for the move on Liu, and I just stayed behind. It wasn't the right choice to do, but yeah, nothing I can change now. It is what it is. But many positives to take from this season, of course, with the pace I had, taking 2 poles, and this one against bad guys. It's not bad.
And then, of course, the championship wasn't to be for you this season, but coming up from Tier 3, are you happy with how the season has ended, or did you want a little bit more?
To be honest, it was pretty inconsistent this season. Not with the pace, just the results. The results themselves, just some were good, some are not. But pace, it's important that pace was always there for the win.
Max, any questions from yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask the same question that I asked Bobbits, and that is, Chudy, just sum up how you think this season has gone, and overall what you somewhat maybe expect from next season as well.
From what I expect from next season, I hope for Tier 1 next season, and to fight the top guys, because I've been doing it in some tourneys, so I think I can do it as well in WR Tier 1. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Well, Judy, we wish you the best. We hope you do get that Tier 1 promotion you are looking for. And thank you very much for joining us for the final time this season. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for commentating throughout the season. It was really, really good. Enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you very much, Judy. We greatly appreciate it. If you do want to be... I've just realised I'm wearing a Norwich shirt on stream. Oh, God, I'm getting slagged for that. Just so, in case you want to be like Judy and check out Tier 1, you can do it now. You don't have to wait until next season because their season finale is currently on now. You can check out that. But Max, you asked the question twice for the drivers to sum up their season. How would you sum up this season here in Crossplay Tier 2?
It's been crazy. It's been exciting. It's just been everything you sort of want in the season. Where after we had that domination period, it just opened everything up, and each race was just a complete new guess on who's going to win the race and also win the championship. So it's just been a fun season overall, and I feel like this not as great as last season, I would say, with the championship finale wise, because that was a very, very close finale. But as a season as a whole, it has been an absolutely amazing one, and again, looking excited to next season.
Sorry, I'm giggling. I've been messing with your face camera while you're talking.
You are such a child. One last thing I'd like to mention before Evan, giggles himself to his unfortunate early death, is obviously Max and Evan. Thank you both again for the fantastic commentary this season. I know, Evan, you haven't been here for nearly for every race, but it's been a pleasure having you both.
I missed two.
Yeah, I know, but it's still 2 races, isn't it?
Yeah, I had 100% attendance, Evan. So.
Exactly. He is Mr. Consistent. He's here every race.
Very true.
But no, again, no, thank you both very much.
Quality over quantity? No, right. Sorry.
Oh wow! Oh, Evan.
Max, you're the one currently very zoomed in on the live stream, not me. But I am the one wearing a yellow football shirt. They can't even see that hand. You're so zoomed in.
Clear.
On that note, thank you very much for tuning into World Online Racing. We are going to leave you with a word from our sponsors. Thank you very much for joining us here in Season 16. We hope to see you joining us again next time. And from myself, Evan, from Max, from Bobbert, who's still with us, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and we shall see you next time. Bye-bye.